A lot of jobs keep people away from home for days or even weeks at a time.
But not every job has a spotlight where people criticize from their couch or their seats at the workplace. One man from Northwest Ohio reached the top of his profession last April, and he's still moving.
That's right. We caught up with him on a 10-day road trip where he'll pull on the black and white striped shirt 7 different times. 13 ABC's Steve Slivka has the story. All new at 6.
I think we should turn left here, but it says right. I've been several different ways in this place.
When you referee about 80 games a year, even with GPS, all the roads look the same.
Canfield, this is the way I went last time.
That's Terry Wymer, a native of North Baltimore, Ohio. He's in his 20th year officiating in the Big Ten and year number 32 overall wearing the stripes. Terry does most of his work in the Midwest. However, this season alone, Terry has trips to each Big Ten school behind him. Yes, that too includes Rutgers, plus other points between the Great Lakes and the Gulf. In the air and on the ground, O'Hare International Airport is Terry's temporary home for a few days. Now it's back in the car to Evanston, Illinois for the game between Illinois and Northwestern.
Every game this year is competitive. In this league, anybody can beat the other team at any given time.
Even with the previous day off at his hotel, Terry doesn't stop working on his craft.
Since I work in 3 BCS leagues, we get a lot of video reviews. Yesterday I watched Big Ten stuff, caught up on that. Then I worked on the ACC stuff and the SEC.
You have a tablet for that, right?
Yeah, it's all on the iPad. Everything's downloaded on iPads. There's basically 150 plays in a game. And if there's a 50-50 play, block charge plays, things like that, we'll go back and look at those plays just to make sure we're in positioning. We'll look at positioning and how we're working as a crew for matching up plays, basically getting the calls correct.
4:55 p.m. Central Time. Terry and fellow ref Courtney Green arrive at Welsh Ryan Arena. They need to be on site at least 90 minutes before tip time, which tonight is at 7 p.m.
Don't talk this way. You got something to say fast? Other than that, making a lot of passes. I make the night easy. Good luck to both of you. Good luck, guys.
The pregame captain's meeting is in the books. It's 7:07. Time to throw up the ball. Outside of 2 trips to check the monitor for shot clock timing errors, it's a quiet night as the Illini pick up a big 7-point win over the Cats. A quick trip back to the room for a shower, and it's back into the car to the hotel.
Do your kids ever point out to you what people say about you on social media? Actually, let me read one tweet here from last month. I'm not certain Terry Wymer knows the rules of basketball.
That's why I don't tweet.
Right.
That's why I don't do Facebook. They read some things, but they understand. The average person doesn't understand what we do and how difficult it is for what we do. I've never refereed a perfect game, never will, never will. I'll probably go back to the hotel and there's 4 plays I want to look at on the top of my head. So I'll review some stuff later tonight before I go to bed, catch a flight up to Minnesota tomorrow.
10:52 a.m. Central Time, the morning after that Minnesota game, a double overtime game too. Short on sleep, Terry back on the ground at O'Hare. He finds his way through the airport to his new rental car, grabs lunch, and a quick nap back at his hotel room.
Jeannie Weenie! Ah, baby.
3:20 p.m. at a nearby hotel, Gene Sterator, the NFL referee, jumps in Terry's van. They'll work together on this night in Valparaiso, Indiana, a Horizon League game between Valpo and Cleveland State. Terry makes a stop near Midway Airport to pick up the 3rd ref, Donnie Epley. Thanks to traffic, it's about a 2.5-hour drive to Northwest Indiana.
Okay, we got 7 exits.
How key was that nap for you this afternoon?
Oh, it's very important. Getting your rest, eating correctly. The more sleep you can get, the better off you're going to be with the travel schedule that we keep.
Hey, guys, late in the season. Finish strong. We'll catch you in the tournaments, okay? Good luck. Yes, sir.
Much like 2 nights earlier for Terry, his new trio has an uneventful night. The Crusaders build a big lead early. Valpo beats the Vikings by 21. It's 8:40 p.m. in Valparaiso. The race back to Midway and O'Hare is on for Terry and the crew. He leaves again the next day for Raleigh, North Carolina to work game number 6 on this 10-day trip. And he keeps a few things in mind as he rolls back onto the road.
No controversial calls. Just doing the best we can possibly do. Get the calls right, grade out very high, not show up on Sports Center, some crazy play.